Abortion is when you terminate your pregnancy on purpose. Abortion was practiced and debated for centuries. The question at this time was if abortion is justifiable before animation. Church scholars said it was animation. That meant at that point the fetus of the soul. In the 1300s to the 1800s was when abortion was allowed. It became not allowed when Pope Pius of the Roman Catholic Church condemned it. That's a tragedy at the time. The women couldn't take care of the children, couldn't get an abortion because the religion didn't approve of it. In the 1960s, 350,000 women suffered complications from at-home abortion, and of that group, 5,000 women died. Since abortion leaders, they couldn't go to doctors. Fingers stairs to end their pregnancies. It was a tragedy all the women who lost their lives because the court said they couldn't have an abortion. Here's an interview of Mary Clark Lane and her abortion experience.
What's your name?
Mary Clark Jane.
Tell me about your abortion.
Not too much to tell, just that I went to a doctor and he used some, what you call these equipment that they use, and to get the baby out of me, and that was about, that was it. I went home, he sent me home, didn't give me no medication.
Norma Cummings was pregnant and wanted to terminate her pregnancy. At this time, she lived in Texas when the law didn't allow her to get an abortion, so she filed an all-class action for women to get abortion legalized. Norma Cummings' side was Sarah Winston, J. Floyd, and Barbara C. Flower to fight back the state. She went in the name of Jane Roe to have some privacy. The state was represented by Henry Wade, the district court, and responsible to enforce abortion laws in Texas. The first court date was December 13, 1971. The second one was October 11, 1972. The last court date at the Supreme Court was January 22, 1973. During the trial, Norma Cummings showed her identity. Then on January 22, 1993, the Supreme Court decided to overthrow the Texas law and make abortion legal. The vote was 7-2. This was the start of triumphs of women's rights to choose what is done to the body. Here's a news broadcast after the court legalized abortion.
The court today overturned laws in Texas and Georgia and ruled the government has no right to enter into a decision which should be made by the mother and her doctor. During the second 3 months of pregnancy, it ruled, a state may regulate abortion procedures, but only to ensure the safety of the mother. And in the last 3 months, whatever state laws say prevails. Laws in 17 states may be affected by that ruling. A separate case in New York involves the question of whether the fetus is alive. Today, the Supreme Court denied a request for a temporary restraining order to stop all abortions in that state, but the court has not decided yet whether to take up that issue. ABC's Lem Tucker has a report.
Fordham University law professor Robert Byrne wants to become guardian over all unborn children in New York City so he can put a stop to abortions. To date, 3 New York courts have refused his request, so he's asking the United States Supreme Court to hear the case. Byrne and the many other members of Right to Life groups say a fetus is alive, that it's a human being under the Constitution. Therefore, abortion, they say, is murder. Byrne declined to be interviewed, but an associate of his said the basic issue of the court case is this.
Once you allow the taking of innocent human life at the earliest stages of its development, merely to suit someone's convenience, how do you protect that human life at any other point?
More than 450,000 women have had abortions in New York City in the last 2.5 years, and most of them felt that they had every moral and legal right to do as they chose with the unborn child.
What about the child's right? You know, when you talk about the woman's right, you're talking about 1/3 of the rights involved. The mother, the father, and the child. Somebody's morality, or lack of it, is certainly imposed upon the unborn children who are killed.
While to many it may be strictly a legal question, to those who have had to face the issue firsthand, it is a very personal matter.
Was there a point at which you almost decided to have an abortion? No, I really didn't think that it would be the right thing to do at any point.
I never regretted it or felt any moral implications from it.
I had the responsibility for creating a human life. And there's no reason why I should blame it on anyone else. And I should take the responsibility for the consequences of my actions.
I think the question of life of a child has to be dealt with in terms of life, not just life of a fetus.
I have to say, after my experiences, that I am very much against abortion.
The arguments will go on, because perhaps more than any other issue in American life today, the abortion question is loaded with the emotional arguments of life, death, and